Yeah. What's up, people? I guess I should actually do it up. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Done one of these. So let's go ahead and get it guzzied up for a little bit. Get a nice little, nice little, I don't know, ambiance. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's see if you guys can hear the sound. Can you hear the sound? I don't plan on making this long, or I don't know. I don't plan on making this long. I did want to actually put something in chat. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. And if you want to actually help the stream out, I'm going to give you guys this. And bear with me. Give me a second. I'm actually learning how to do Streamlabs a lot better. And I'm actually putting this out here for you guys. If you actually want to check out my Streamlab page, go ahead and hit it up. It's my Streamlab page, and basically what I'm doing now is I'm trying to consolidate a lot of things. I have my art on for prints on DeviantArt, where you can actually print out my art in a more customizable way. And I have my Etsy store, where I'm actually selling the actual pieces of art or actual prints that I've actually had from the different conventions that I've went. And so this is one of those things where, God, it's been a while. So let's just go over a couple of things. and I wanted things where, all right, cool. So it's a couple things that I want to go over. The first one is trying to switch careers sucks. Now, as you guys know, I'm a avid socialist Democrat, meaning that I want more socialistic policies, or socialist policies to actually. Let me just adjust my camera because I want to look at you guys. There we go. There we go. Yes. And I want more socialist policies when it comes to the people. I feel that we actually, as a people, deserve more of. We deserve more than what we've been getting from capitalists and just a lot of shit. And quite frankly, I feel that I want to be in charge of my own destiny. And one of those things that kind of, I think Marx has it a little wrong. People need to be concerned with not just having things, but he wants people to be concerned with being and have a connection to their work and what they do. And I think it's a little bit more of a mixture. Human beings, we are concerned of what we have and what we do. And I think that's what a lot of communists and leftists actually miss is that human beings need to have things, need to have what they feel is theirs, as well as what they do with it. And so for me, it's my art. It's my art. I do my art, and to have it is an expression of me. Now I want to share that expression, and I want to actually do more with influence in the world. But yeah, I think we both as a species, we need to have as well as need to be. And so I went off on that tangent to say that changing careers is hard. I've been working in call center customer service shit for like almost 9 years now, and I'm good at it because I solve problems, but it is a disconnect from my creativity. Now, a lot of it is, one way I've learned to cope is to actually do my art while I'm at work. And one of the things that I have been definitely focused on is I actually been focused on trying to work on a small little comic book of just me giving not an origin story per se of each particular one, but how the Guardians came together. And I got one panel, and I'm trying to work on the second panel because I'm trying to actually do unique poses. So what I want to actually do is, it's a little bit of a crunch, but I want to actually do at least 4 to 16 pages in a 2-week time frame. So I want to at least get those done and maybe think about coloring them. Recently I did actually do a picture which my friend was just so, they enjoyed actually the first picture I did. The second picture I kind of, it was better in black and white. So, and you guys can actually go back on the video on my channel and actually watch me actually working on the black and white. It was actually pretty good, and I gotta say, it was just one of those things that I enjoyed doing. I learned how to do something new. And of course, I couldn't have done it without the help of watching some YouTube videos, but I learned how to do something new. It was, it reminded me, sometimes it pays to go back to the basics. Speaking of back to the basics, I actually did. So, again, in the same theme of changing careers is hard. One of the reasons why it's been difficult of me as late to change careers is I work 50 hours a week. I'm literally at my job for 50 hours a week. And I needed a break. And I was not divisive about it at all. My immediate supervisor, I said, hey, I'm getting tired. I'm not feeling good. I actually, get this, guys. So, I have a strong dependency on caffeine. And just because I was a little bit concerned about keeping up with some health things, I stopped taking caffeine. Now, mind you, I'm a heavy user of caffeine. Sometimes I can take up to like 5 milliliters of caffeine a day, or milligrams of caffeine a day. I stopped cold turkey, and it was not fun. I think I'm still feeling the effects of it, even though it was Wednesday that I stopped, but I just had to just stop doing it, and that shit was hard. It was fucking difficult. It was motherfucking difficult. And because of that, because of how difficult it was, and just overall stress, I took a couple of days off. I've never been one to be diagnosed with an issue or a problem, something of that nature. I just know sometimes you need to take some time to yourself where you just say, hey, take a mental day. And so I did. And those 2 days, if you've watched my channel for anything longer than the last few months, you'll know that I enjoy bike riding. I have a few videos of me actually going to do bike riding, and that shit was fun. It just, oh god, it felt good. I've done small little rides before my bottom bracket actually fucked up on me, and I actually have a video of me changing my bottom bracket, and it was just, god, it was awesome. It was so fucking awesome to get out there and do a bike ride that's longer than 3.5 miles. Granted, it was almost 8, but it felt awesome just to be outside in the fucking warmth and the wind. And even though the wind was fighting against me on my way going, but it fucking felt great. It was one of those things where, with me working as much as I did, I forgot how it feels to fucking have fun. I forgot how it feels to actually take the time and just go out there and ride. I would be out there right now. It's just that it's fucking raining in Chicago. So, yeah, that's a thing. But god damn it, it fucking felt good. And it was one of those things where you can just enjoy yourself. I turned on a few podcasts, and I've been listening to the interesting situation that's been going on with the non-sec, which is, wow, pays to have a contract, doesn't it? And I can get into that in a little bit, but it felt fucking fun to actually go out there and ride my bike. It feels fun to actually enjoy time where I can just internalize the thought process, to kind of do some self-examination, relook at some of my views, and just think about some shit. During this time, Thursday, I did do an episode of what I'm calling a half-ass show, which is kind of just me like recognizing that it's a one-man show, and because it's a one-man show and I mostly do fucking PlayStation Network to actually produce, or I'm working with Streamlabs. By the way, the Streamlabs t-shirt merch store is up, but I'm actually doing that. I'm actually playing games that I like to play. I fucking love Smite, and I wish I can do a little bit more gaming with it, but it's just so fucking fun to just have a little bit of a game that you're not doing for a job. And I know that's probably why I'm not uber popular. I don't have the hundreds or thousands of subscribers, that you see a lot of people jump off with their channels. But it's because I want to actually, I do this because the enjoyment of me, and that's fucking fine. And if you guys are gonna enjoy some of the stuff that I do, or if you have some comments and stuff that I do, I'm fine. I'm open, but I don't feel like I want to ever betray I'm trying to chase it just because I want this shit to become my career. And God, I never want to do this because of the money. The money is fucking fun to have. I fucking wish I could have some money. And if you actually go to my Etsy store, you can actually see I made one sale. Well, not one sale, but made more than one sale, but one recorded sale to actually show, because I want this art. I want this art thing to just, this expression of my art, this expression of how I see things. I want this to be able to sustain my living. So, right now I'm doing it for a passion. I will admit, I'm doing it for passion. But it would be fucking awesome to actually say, hey, you just need to sustain on this amount a month. This is what we're going to give you. That'd be awesome. That my creative works would actually be the way I sustain myself. And I know people saying, well, that's just a pipe dream, and you know, you should work to eat. And I think to myself, why? Why does it have to be where we slave all day in order to make meager ends meet? And what's ironic, you get a lot of people that actually say, like for instance, I actually work a job where we're working crazy overtime. And I actually had one of my coworkers actually say that they need the overtime because it helps them pay their bills. And then my reply to man, thank you for who just followed me. Thank you for that. I didn't quite catch her name.
Good evening, good people.
Good evening. Thank you. But my reply was, we shouldn't have to work the overtime. And in addition to that, we should get paid in a way where we don't have to depend on overtime in order to make our bills meet. There's no way that you should be working 40 plus hours that you have to depend on that overtime to make your motherfucking bills meet. And I'm sorry if I think that people should serve their own self-interest. And what's so different from that than what the capitalists offer? Well, I say that we should all serve our self-interest instead of just bowing down to the person who seems like they should be on
People
top.
overspend.
I would doubt that. A lot of times we're living in a world where you don't actually overspend. I would say that if you're buying multi-million dollar yachts, wow, you're overspending.
Live within your means.
And I'm going to just call you Rice. Rice, what's the means? Tell me. If you're going to tell me that live within your means, what's the means? The false scarcity that we have where you have to barely make it just because reasons? I don't get that. I don't get why when I say that more workers should be on boards of companies, you hear that, well, the workers are just going to look out for themselves. What's so different from the board members being multimillionaires that are looking out for themselves?
Whatever
When I
you
hear
agree to
that
on the contract.
Well, Rice, that's good for you to actually say whatever's on the contract. But you're coming at this contract with a uneven distribution of power. If you're coming in with the contract of saying that, hey, I'm going to pay you this for your value of work, and you're just going to accept it because you're desperate, economic violence is still violence. And I'm sorry. You can say no one's holding a gun to your head to stay at a job. They may not be physically holding a gun to your head.
Negotiation as a whole.
This is true. That's why I say workers should have more power in the workplace. I'm not a person that's actually afraid of unions. My father was in a union. He was actually in the Chicago Plumbers Union. And when time needed to be before he passed, they took care of their own. I feel that workers should actually have more protection than this whole right to work state bullshit. And I know you'll say, well, that'll raise the cost of things. That'll raise the prices of things.
Somebody always sells out too, though.
And you're right. But I always believe a rising tide lifts all boats. And I'd rather, God damn it, you have to remember, we all either stand together or we hanging separately. Right now, workers are hanging separately. And we have our feet.
You are absolutely right.
We have our feet dangling off of that crate that they are using, and they're just waiting to come and kick it out from under us. And God damn it, I'm tired of just sitting back and just wanting to depend on somebody's good grace or goodwill to say, well, you deserve this. You should actually have it. No. Why does the power lie with so select few? They shouldn't. Because remember, it's more of us than it is of them. And as Mark Blythe says, the Hamptons are not a defendable position. Now, I'm not saying that we should actually give up on this concept of an American dream, because those are human rights, where we should have a home, we should have some food to eat, we should have medical care, and we should have the determination of our own destiny to be able to determine what works not just for a few, but for everybody. And this whole thing that we see with a lot of people saying, it's about me, and fuck you, this rugged individuality, versus saying we are an individual that relies on other people. And I think that's one of the things that has been drilled into our head that is so fucking self-destructive. This whole thing is, I'm gonna stay in my lane, I'm gonna mind my own business. the joke about that you hear from the old fable, and my brother's keeper. Fuck yes, you are your brother's keeper, because when you look out for your brother, you have somebody to look out for you. And if you just want to be that psychopathic asshole that makes a calculation that says it's good for me to look out for other people because I have people that would look out for me, that's fine. That's how human empathy, that's a hypothesis of how human empathy was determined. And I'm sorry, I just have no respect for people that are making it up a little bit of the monochrome of success, and take the time to, once they get that ladder up to one ring, they push somebody down and try to burn the ladder behind them. It's irritating, you know. It's when you step over people and make a pile of bodies and dreams and hopes, you step on that pile,
It hurts.
to push yourself up. You're just waiting for the next person to come along and make you part of that pile. It's so fucking frustrating when you see this shit. You see these people that are so self-important that they fuck whoever I gotta step on to get higher. And I guess some of these people never saw Naruto, where he gave the Talk No Jutsu speech to Obito, like, no, it's not about the bodies you stand over to be in front. Like, no, it's about giving to other people to make other people's lives better, and not just trying to steal the show. And isn't that a great transition? Let's talk about stealing shows. So, if you haven't seen what happened with the Non Sequitur, which is a online YouTube channel where Cal Curtis and Steve McRae, they had a channel where they would talk about contentious things. And it looks like our dear friend Steve McRae had the show stolen out from under him. Now, I don't know the full background of what was going on. I just know it was out in public, and I know that however legal different contracts may be, it was some dirty shit that was done. And I've always wanted to like host these things, do these things with a co-host, with somebody that I can argue back and forth with, have that conversations with. And I actually, some of my, because of the fucking season, my allergies are fucking up, but I'm like, wow. I've had interviews where I've gone back and forth with people in a cordial way, and it's always fun to have a conversation with more than one person. But when the first thing you need to do with something like that, when you have that whole situation, is have a fucking contract. Especially when there's money involved, have a fucking contract. Yeah, that shit. Have a contract. Have a fucking contract, because when you have that shit, have a fucking contract. Because Man. Man, off. Well, I wanted to do an LLC, but I turned it down. No, if somebody's telling you, let's do an LLC, why? First thing is, yeah, sure. Secondly, why? Because it's gonna be some business decisions being made, and I don't know. Maybe it's best if somebody says, let's incorporate this. You might want to do it. And man, it is dirty as hell when somebody says, hey, don't put this live or don't record this, and you still do it live. And at the end you say, well, I've been recording this. That's dirty as hell. That's underhanded as shit. And god damn it, it's no fucking
drive. I'm going to listen, but I'm going to catch you later.
Alright, see you, Rice. But it's dirty as hell what happened with that, and I'm like, it makes me question. It makes me question about getting a partnership with someone, even if it's something that I may not find. Again, I'm looking to do this as a kind of a career, but man, that shit was. It was like it was some Ides of March up in this, and ironically, it's probably been going on since March. It was like, hey, Steve, Julius Caesar, come here. We're gonna talk to you. It's like, yeah, we talked. And what killed me about that video, because I fucking watched it, is Steve McRae was just he doesn't realize what he put out there. He's like, the show is going in a different direction. This is what we're gonna do. And I know it's been commentary made on how Cal should have actually just been like, came in like, this my motherfucking show now. You ain't doing shit. Like, art, you ain't doing. Music, you ain't doing. You should have came in like he was like, well, I don't think so. We're gonna go do the show my way, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. This is a new direction. But shit, that's just me. I don't know. I thought about doing a show with some rotating guest hosts as friends, but permanent fixture? Oh fuck. We're starting a whole new channel. And we're gonna sign a nice little contract. Oh man. So let's actually start talking about some other stuff. So some recent videos I did. And let's just talk about the one that I just released on this channel, on my edited version on my Twitch channel, and on my Crimson 60620 art, which is facebook.com/Lone Stage Art. The porcupine dilemma, hedgehog. It's the theory of philosophy where you see hedgehogs. It's cold, so they have to bundle together to actually stay warm, but their spikes actually poke them. So yeah, so is it worth it for us to get close to someone even though they will hurt us? And I'm just gonna ask you guys to watch it. It's called Hedgehogs on my YouTube, on this channel, if you actually care to watch. I would encourage you to watch it. Hold on. This camera thing is like really it's different. So maybe that's it. I don't know. Fuck it. So